Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, ImperialDane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland of here to 2v2 on road to Kharkov. In the north it is Baton and J38 fighting here for the Red Army of the Soviet Union. I actually think J38 fighting for the Red Army of the Soviet Union. Comrade Stalin here with the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps here. We've got motor mechanized support, Lease, defensive, urban defense, and guard rifle. In the south it is Dezman and the one, the only ImperialDane himself fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the Groß Deutschland Panzergrenadier Division, we got Lease tactics here with the M40 Sherman, Dishkas, assault guards, CIS-6 supply trucks, and infantry repair kits. Dezman with command tanks, Panzer tactician, reconnaissance overflight, hull down, and the Elephant heavy tank destroyer, and 3 Elephant bulletins. Me with German Infantry featuring the 250-1 half-track, veteran squad leaders, stormtroopers, assault and hold, and fragmentation bombs. So, off to the races here at 2v2. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. Without them and the support, the Propagandacast would not be possible, so big thanks goes out to all those. Other people can join the ranks and support the website by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate by PayPal. Links in the description will help me out a lot, obviously, and particularly in these times. And finally, if your pre-ordering company is free, you can also do it by the comments, the link in the comments, and use the code STUG3G, in which case I get a small cut of that pre-order. So, aggressive push up from north as I try and swing hard for the fuel point here. Machines setting up to cover the flanks of the Pioneers pressure around here. Grenadiers following up here. 3 conscripts there for J38. In the center there, we got my Grenadiers are going up into the point there. In the south, we got meanwhile Dezman pushing for the western victory point here. Clashing with Baton, who's going for a special rifle command. So yeah, definitely not your most typical Soviet command, and certainly not for the 2v2 meta game. So that's quite interesting there from Baton. In the south here we can see Dezman advancing. We can see those sandbags now being wired off from both sides, meaning no one will ever get to use those sandbags ever again. Spawn company up fairly early for J38. We got the Grenadiers with the conscripts here. 3rd Grenadier squad on the way for me. And we forward to the Strafbad. And Baton can't easily push through. They could try and flank around. They could also try and swing into me. We'll have to see there. Up north, they're finding the northern fuel continues. I'm doing a fairly decent job, I think, so far. Disrupting here the Soviets' access to the fuel point, ensuring that we at least get a slight lead there. For now, constantly in there. And we got more troops running here for J30. Of course, one thing you could do is actually go for a deep flank using the small set of houses here to get up behind the machine gun. For some, in this case, it doesn't need that even, as my machine is actually way too far out and has to retreat. Back here, I am not yet taking up. They should be doing that soon. Dezman there with 2 Grenadiers, 74-2 mortar has not yet taken up either. We'll have to see there. We also got J38 there without a command yet. He's going for 4 conscripts though. Quite infantry intensive build here from him. North here, the Soviets are finally able to make progress now that I have been evicted there from the premises. Baton switching towards the center here, realizing he has to sort of break around, though he of course going for the sniper, I think, to try and help break the stalemate by the southern victory point here, western one. Up north here, I managed to push the center victory point there, disrupting the car point again. I'm looking just to ensure the Soviets get as little fuel as possible. I will disrupt strand. In this case, the Pumas on the flank here will pretty much punish me for this. And get a wipe most likely, since I'm retreating through negative cover against penal troopers. So yeah, that's a wipe there. Harsh blow to me in the early game. I am just still taking up here. But that's going to hurt a bit. They're leaving me less combat able here for the time being. Dezman still with 2 Grenadiers, but he's also taking up here. Almost got the conscript there under J38's command, but fell a bit short there. Graham Eastern point here. Back at base for the Soviets. Nothing further transpiring. We don't even have medics for any of them. And we got another penal troop squad there for Baton. Machine gun pioneers can bring up here. We got a more combined push of a Baton and J38 there through the center. I'm going for a 250 half track. I even have the 3% armor bullets in there for it. Guns being fought against the Strafbad. I'm guessing he's planning on pushing for an armored car here soon. Meanwhile, I'm pushing forwards again here, taking advantage of the disruption in the chaos zone here against J38 to make another pretty spirited push here. Heavy firing around the car point here. Can Dezman hold it against the advances of Baton and the Red Army? Looks like it. Sniper there with 3 kills. Need to treat those Grenadiers. There we go. Lighter Schützenpanzerwagen out there for me. Troop reinforcing. Machine gun there under Dezman's command. Closing edges one. We've got a pretty broad sweep here by Baton. Backed up. The sniper's going to make a difference for Dezman to maintain this position. Half-tech fill up the gun. These equipping those for the veteran squad leaders so they get a bit of an assault rifle and some other bonuses. Gun is going for the Kharkov here. Controlling up with some sandbags. MG42 mortar routed. We got a 251 half-tech here for Dezman. Oh my. Looks as a particularly mechanized play here. There you go. Countering quad with the half-tech and sent packing. But the terrain here makes it difficult for my half-tech to actually catch up with them. Maybe get a wipe. So just more to the next target. Going to try and force the J38 just to run as fast as possible. And once more allow me to otherwise diminish forces, just make a swift progress as fast as possible. The power of mechanization, ladies and gentlemen, of course, in this case, I also realize I need to support my teammates, so I'm quickly dispatching the half-tech southwards. Again, one of the many wonders of mechanized infantry, like to react to the situation develops. In this case, I realize I can actually try and get a wipe here on Baton Sniper. Stormtroopers joining in as well here. Meanwhile, moving in the gun, these plenty specific that comes there. Swift pursuit here of the Soviet sniper. There he is firing right into the back of the machine gun and the gun. There we go. Good kill there on Baton Sniper. Removes a crucial piece of him there. Stormtrooping about here. Comes right as well. They couldn't even try and get a wipe here on that. A lot of action. A lot of speed here. A lot of mobility. As the Blitzkrieg is underway. Pioneers pushing straight for the car point here. We got into tank rods up the Baton. Probably in response to my half-track. Since most players don't tend to take too kindly to tactics like that. And we got a flamethrower after for Dezman. Oh my, spicy. 2 matches in a row with flamethrower half-tracks. Doubtful new metagame, but it's certainly something else. Machine wing up here, half-track positioning. Expecting anti-tank run fat guard here. Urban defense from J38 with Fort Headquarters, light anti-tank guns, shock troopers, booby traps, and the KV2. Machine thing up here again, fairly decent precision cover around here with contra-routed, but these all sent packing. Flamethrower after got the main gun knocked out, but no damage to engine, popping smoke disengaging. The South Dezman and the 5th Panzer Grenadier Company makes progress. And there you go, rushing in there, trying to take out some stuff here, bypassing the anti-tank, looking cleared out here. Bit risky, obviously, and get hit with anti-tank grenades. So, obviously, in this case, I made a mistake. They shouldn't have dived in like that. That was a bad call by me. But sometimes I do have a tendency of getting slightly caught up in that whole Blitzkrieg spirit. Getting some damage in. He's got a smoke grenade attempted here. What MP40s on the way there. And 2 MP40 wielding Stormtrooper squads can actually do a lot of damage very fast. And so the content effect close being wiped up. We got more troops arriving this time. Trooper squad here need to treat the Stormtroopers, particularly this squad here, but I'm not paying attention, I think. And then we got more on the flank here. So again, retreat path here. Yeah. Good chance of another wipe then. Me and that's going to be my veteran Stormtroopers at that. Yup. Another significant blow, but on the bright side, I'm inflicting harm on the Soviets as well, of course, again, including the wiper, but also the wiping the sniper, not the wiper, but also, finally, I am messing with the fuel economy, meaning, in this sense, despite everything, I probably could still turn this around, at least stabilize further with some fast armor, but of course, we'll have to get there. South of machine mortar gun is holding up here, back here base, we've got a Pack 40 there for Dezman. Fresh wave infantry under my command being pushed forwards. Machine gun narrowly making out. That's honestly also a very risky play there by me. Very risky, and I say not what I'd recommend. And we got assault guards out of a Baton. That is interesting, not of commonly seen units either. We got plenty of mines here from Baton. Obviously concerned about the potential of me appearing there on the flank again, so he is not taking any chances. Veteran squad leader, squad number 2, they're almost done. There we go. Flampan Bang 140 for Dezman straight at the Soviets. Their Baton's position, as it turns out, are very much flammable. And I think after arriving here, but the flamethrower tech is quick to dive off here. Of course, could pop smoke again. And Dezman, they're building the American bunker. Bit redundant, since at this point my veteran gunners can heal others and themselves for free, and my Stormtrooper veterans one also heal themselves for free. But, you know, it's a nice gesture. It's just, you know, the veteran squad leaders, I don't really need it. Anyways, another flank here. As it turns out, J38 is apparently not considering this to be much of a valid flank path, so as long as he does that, I'm going to keep exploiting it. There we go, almost got the pinnacle squad there, in fact. And there we go, wipe one of Baton's Strafbat, another wipe there. Panzer going to do for me in this case? I'm going in for the Panzer Shrek, since obviously I do want some anti-tank assets. Machine gun ponies on the flank here, as we got J38, I think, launching a fairly solid flank, except there's a flamethrower tech on it as well now. As you can see, that Baton is forced now constantly a bit forcey, as J38 does seem to be struggling a bit here, though he's moving towards his teammate. So there's a bit more mixing of forces in a sense between Baton and J38. Got shock troops out here for J38. Back here, a bit of repositioning as J38 looks to gain the victory point here. Seeing how things will be used here to try and blast the soldiers out from the heavy cover. Then we've got the stormtroopers in the northern victory point. We got the shock troopers sitting out there. Tank could be tanking up here for Baton, though I think with the timing as it is, he might be better off just moving straight for the mechanized armor company, and I think we're preparing possibly for some Sherman tanks. But shock troopers on the move here. Northern fuel pump once more claimed for Das Vaterland. And he's going to fall back here. Note the reason I took that door is because he was throwing the grenade at the other door, so it intruded out that door. Boom. Good chance of white there. It's a bit of a trick some players like to pull. Meanwhile, I've rushed up there with support. Oh, he's actually rushed ahead of me, but I'm also rushing up there. Flamethrower in the center, straight into the anti-tank engineers as well there. And there we go. Panzer Strike Team, the Raketen Panzerbüchse. South here, Pumes with MG42 that defend the southern victory point here. We got the assault guardsmen fortifying again the Thompsons. Not that the Swords really liked the Thompson, it was too heavy for them in part, but also ammunition wise it wasn't particularly practical either for the Soviets, as they couldn't carry as many magazines from my understanding, so they preferred their PPs 841 there. Panzer flying off, their rockets exploding, a lot of things, but crucially no Soviets. Got Ladnung meanwhile as much would like to explode some things, and there we go. Kills Yevgeny and Dmitry. It's a Pomokop there for me. In the center, fresh push here by the fresh dug in by the Soviets. Alright, Yuri, remember you're an assault guard? Yes. So, what does that mean? We shoot and we throw grenades. Good, good, good. I just remember just a couple of days ago I had a guy who really didn't get the concept. So I have to make sure with everyone from now on. So there goes a Pomokop for me. Got the Flampanzerwagen going in there for Dezman and Deutschland. Smokes being deployed here as Dezman launching the assault there for Deutschland. In the center of the Strafbad control the line here as I try to reclaim that. Mines swoopers up for me, since obviously I'm anticipating mines from the Soviets. Mechanized armor company for Baton. Thumbs up. None yet for J38. He's in fact taking up the tank room tank command now. Up north here, shock troopers spotted covering the flank. That was actually smart there by J38. Easily pushed back my stormtroopers. Go. Bit kaboom there, but mostly dodged there by Dezman. There you go. Anti-tanks out charge. I think we'll go from the flamethrower tech. No, didn't have the munitions, and the flamethrower tech once more lives to see another day of burning Bolsheviks. It just keeps on burning, doesn't it? The fire never stops, Wilhelm. It never stops. You're gonna get convicted for war crimes. You know that one day, Jürgen. One day. Only we lose the war! Oh my god. He's gonna get us all killed, obvious! Panzer 4 there on the way for me. The Panzerkampfwagen 4. Mostly due to the fluidity of the situation, I'm gonna go for a Panzer 4 here. Just in case. Then we got the T-34 on the way there for Baton. I'd actually expecting the M4C Sherman here, but obviously the T-34 also works out quite well. Center they got the Soviets again here up north. I'm lining up for another push. Assembling my assault Truppen. Got the Panzerjägers, they're retreating, or Panzerzerstörer. Panther almost done with the Panther on the way there for Dezman. Mechanized armor company up there for J38. You can also go for T-34 some 6 so. Yeah, I was expecting Baton to like go straight for the M4C Sherman, but that said, the T-34 some 6 has some incredible DPS obviously, so not a bad thing to rush at all. Incendiary on penal Chanty, certainly going off too late here, and there you go. Going for a wipe here on the penal troopers. More Baton at mind a lot there. Oh, doesn't get the wipe. Close call there though for Baton. Really close call. Panther almost down there for burning through the Strafbad. Up north, once more the assault is successful. J38 really needs to like just lay down some mines and some booby traps there, honestly. Got the Panther up towards the center here, trying to assist my teammate as both Baton and J38 now going at him, so I have to rush into my armor. Panther 4 though there, being caught in a bad spot. Wasn't expecting J38 in that position, honestly there. My Panther 4 suffers a damaged engine. Lines taking hits now. We got the T-54 rolling in here. MD-42 getting wiped there. Another machine gun lost here to the Soviets. Pretty rough stuff here. Meanwhile up north I'm containing the fuel point there, but again it's going to end up being costly nonetheless here. Panther 4's about to get knocked out by Baton's T-54, and there we go. Might be able to destroy it here, but at the cost of a Panther 4 to me, which is kind of good for the Soviets. Still, Dezman does have a Panther 4 himself. Carb point hit, so definitely some more aggressive fuel trades here. T-54 on the way there for J38. Stormtroopers, veteran grenadiers pushing in from the north here. South, Dezman leading forward for Deutschland. Assault guards there and doing their job and sending those grenadiers packing. And the flamethrower uptake, by the way, is still alive. Air recons here from Dezman, never a bad idea, obviously. Grab munitions so you can hit the fuel. Pun's going to need for me, adding in some more troops of a slightly heavier caliber. Entertain their fight up at the Panther 4. And obviously Baton goes for next. We'll try for another T-54 from 6, or we now go for the Shermans. Baton going to use Stormtrooper at the point. We got the other squad in the building here. Shock troopers out in the open, going to get focused down pretty aggressive. We've got a flank here with the conscript, forcing me to abandon the position here by the road. Cut off point. Some pretty hefty action here. With no mercy shown, quick blind hand grenade. Now, no one will use that cover for a while. No one. T-4 attack from the north, die Sturm away from me. Die Sturmgeschütz 3 aus vom G. Got the machine gun all the way back here, concerned about another flank from either Baton or from J38. Got J38 pushing forwards. Panzerjägers there, not quite holding the cover properly. Basil going now, wanting attention. Second Panzer squad arriving there for Deutschland. Stuck almost down there, cover wreck. Panzer grenadiers of course keep firing at the conscript, of course that's the closest target. Flam Panzer going forwards here, again the ace level assisting here as Baton moves in to hit me on the flank. Good response here by Dezman. And I'm once more forced off here. In the south though, Dezman holding out as well there. Got the Stug 3G out for me and for the Faserland. And the Flam Panzerwagen just keeps up the kill tab. There you go, T-54 from 6. Finally knocks it out. They're putting an end there to Dezman's incendiary reign of terror. Basil wanting attention. Because this is really the right time to do so. Machine gun needs to get out of there before that entire thing collapses on his head. Stug, they're ramming here with Deutschland. Good shot on the T-54 from 6. Right through the frontal armor. Shot from the T-54 goes back in return. Stug gets another hit here. Plenty of blocking the pursuit. We got the Panther on from Dezman assisting on the flank. One coming up here, flanking around the conscripts. We got assault guards to popping grenade assaults here. Thumbs up to that. Very nice ability, obviously. And I pop assault mobility to boost my infantry, increase the damage. So they're doing some heavy damage, but getting pinched now between the assault guards, the shock troopers, and the T-54 from 6. The entire thing goes kind of pear-shaped, and I'm forced to retreat here. Meanwhile, Dezman is playing a bit more defensively for now here, leaving me to basically fend off 2 Soviet forces. Stug their landing grade here on the T-54 from 6, one more, and that thing's going to go up like a Roman candle doused in gasoline. And there you go, T-54 kaput. Panther moving up there straight into the line to tank gun. Lots of field guns there for the Soviets, realizing they need more anti-tank guns, and they need them quickly. Panther 4 being pushed back. Stug being hauled back there for repairs. Pioneers moving forwards. Yes, Basil, you're a pretty kitty. Yes, Basil, the prettiest of the kitties. Center there, combined effort here by Baton and J38 here, overwhelming Dezman's long gun escort there. Left on an unthankful sentry duty, they are forced to retreat. Swinging hard from the east here with the punch with the stormtroopers here, but certainly significantly outgunned here with the power they could bite to Ladnung. Stug moving up there with 3 kills so far, 2 infantry, 1 armor. Don't underestimate the power of the light machine gun, the Stug. It's quite cheap as well for its cost. In that sense, really cost efficient. Baton 1 gained, opening up for the heat shell. Typically, Stug crew would have like 1 or 2 of those. Officially, they're supposed to have like 66% high explosives and then 33% armor piercing, but typically what the Stug crews apparently would do is just remove the ammo racks and just store the ammunition on like the bottom of the tank. In which case they just pack a lot more armor piercing rounds, I imagine, but little fun fact there. Grenade off again, dodging it, roughing it off in the shock troops, great kill there. Dimitri and Konstantin dead. You can see their Baton swing up as well with the assault guards. Baton 2, 7 kills, see. No armor yet here for him. As for J38, we'll hope to see what happens next. A lot of action here. Meanwhile, Dezman seems to be mostly watching here as Baton and J38 are coming for me. I'm going for the second Stug because I'm kind of expecting a lot more armor to come in my direction. Baton can soon go for the M4C Sherman. Machine fire at the constant penalty by the center victory point. Feeling caught out in the open here, rather chaotic stuff here. And what is Dezman planning? He's gone for 2-4. Is he actually planning to go straight for the elephant? And again, he's got an elephant commander. He's got 3 elephant bulletins. Certainly can't rule it out. I cannot rule it out. But the situation seems to have stabilised more now, though still a small lead here in terms of victory points for the Germans. And there you go, M4C Sherman away there for Baton and the Brit Army. Counting body with the Stug, we got 4 kills on it. 5 kills. Great hit from the field gun though, second Stug arriving. Probably should treat those gentlemen before they get murdered. In the centre there, Dezman's men making good progress. In the centre there, Grenadiers routed. And there you go, got the M4C Sherman out, they're also known as the M-Chub by the Soviets. They received about 2,000 regular with 700 guns and then 2,000 with 7,600 guns. For a total of 4,000 Shermans. Stug moving ahead to try and catch the T-50. We've got 2 anti-tankers ready to blast significantly large holes into my poor little Stug, forcing it to fall back quickly. We're crumpling up the flank here as well. They're threatening with anti-tank grenades and doing a rather spot-on job of it. Pit machine almost done here. Storms and Pounds are arriving here as well to assist and push back those Bolsheviks. Not much happening here, just some light pushes towards the southern point. There's going to need some artillery support or smoke screen here, I think. Or the Sherman. The Sherman can definitely also do the trick. If it actually bothers. There we go. That definitely bothered. Grenadier assaults will here. That MD-42 crew, I think, needs to be exceptionally lucky to survive. And it is. And before they're pushing back the Sherman with a few well-placed shots there. Up north here, punting pushing forward here, hoping to spot a gap here in J38's lines for me to exploit. The south mortar push back here, I'm going for mortar moment as I realise at this point the fighting has entered in the phase there where we'll need the mortar to put pressure on the opponent, maybe even deploy a few smoke screens. Yeah, Dezman definitely seems elephant bound at this point in time. Bit more to go in terms of fuel and manpower though, plus he needs the heavy panzer corps. I don't know if has he even taken up for tier 4. Yes, he has. He's also bringing another Pioneer squad. Very sensible. Katyusha there for Baton. One for J38 as well there. Common cert metagame is to just go for one tank and keep it alive and then go for the Katyusha. And certainly on a map like this, very narrow, you know, not a lot of room to maneuver. Rocket artillery and artillery in general tends to be also much, very more useful compared to some other maps. It's definitely not a bad idea for the Serbs to go for Katyushas, though the opposite should neglect getting more tanks, which is what some players then proceed to do. It definitely can be a bad habit for some Serb players, like, you know, not go for more than one tank, despite that's easily one of the Soviet advantages. They can get a lot of tanks fast. Katyusha barrage off here. Holding up the Serb advance here. 6 kills in the Stug, 5 infantry and 1 armour. Shock troopers suppressed there. Some light bouncing there. Panzer pushing forward to the anti-tank gun. Ring hit with one Stug. Panzer pushing forward between the anti-tank gun there. I sense an opportunity, I think, to do some damage to J38. There we go. Going forward here, mines being laid down. T-Fed force down to almost half health. Actually down to less than half health. Go about to lose that Panzer if I'm not lucky. And there I go, bungering up the field gun. Almost wipes it entirely, in fact. Really close call there. Also on my Panther has almost got wiped there by Baton's second MG42. As we're going to have to stress, he's got two of them now. At this rate, he's going to get a third one over here. Sherman there pulled back with the damage end, but he's close to Veterans 1 and Radionet. Northeast Stuke's fighting away there, looking to destroy the field gun as I just managed to clear it there. Denying it to the Soviets, and typically, as the Wehrmacht, after a certain point, one of your priorities should always be just destroying the Soviet field guns if you're up against Soviets as fast as possible. Like, always prioritize the field guns, because they will absolutely be one of your biggest pains in the arses if allowed to persist for too long. This is also where having a pair of Stukes is handy, because they can very quickly clear out an abandoned field gun. Still a heavy tactical here for Dezman. He needs to get it up. I mean, he's pretty much got everything else he needs for the Elephant except the heavy Panzer Corps. Shocks with their ace level. Stuke's being fixed up. Stuke got another kill there, and there you go, Katyusha barrage. All feel a lot of bunch up units. They need to spread that bet honestly against these Katyusha barrages. In the center there, Dezman's Panzer IV busy with the frontalics. Get a bit of mortified down there. Up here, Katyusha done firing. M40 Sherman, they're being fixed up. Interesting enough, the Soviets would actually use the M40 Shermans, see the ones with the 760 Shermans, they're more elite units like the Guards mechanized corps. Use them over the T-34s there, actually. So a little fun fact. The Soviet tank crews also prefer the Shermans over the T-34s because they were overall larger, more comfortable, and they're slightly just kill you because T-34s at times could be straight up death traps. Coh2 work there, very good here for Dezman. Almost got the Stuke finished there. We've got two Pioneer Squad to assist though. Probably should also upgrade them with the Veteran Squad Leader, which adds a fifth man to the Pioneer Squad, which is actually quite good. Also, I've got the support package on the Panthers, which allows them to focus on repaired tanks, but also mark targets and toss smoke grenades. It's a very handy little upgrade there, honestly. The one that can get overlooked a lot here in this commander. Almost got the anti-tank, and then we got the fire here from Baton. There you go, wrecked the light anti-tank gun. Sherman there flanking up behind me, forcing the Stuke to position. Good flank here by Baton, by the way. Good flank. I really should be paying more attention to this, to be honest. Like, I keep, like, you know, pushing in, and then he keeps flanking me. But that's obviously really smart by Baton, by the way. I'm not saying Baton shouldn't be doing that. But I should be realizing more what he's doing. It doesn't help that Dezman in this regard tends to play a lot more defensively, which is also a crucial element here in mining team games. Like, you know, different players have different play styles. You have like a very aggressive player like me, and then like a more defensive player like Dezman. That can also create, you know, issues as again, like, you know, the different play styles significant clash leaves openings up there. Bring in another Stuke here, as again with all these tanks. I definitely want more Stugs. Plus, I got plenty of anti-infantry on my troops. I did lose the Panthers, but my way, but still got the Stormtroopers and the Veteran Grenadiers. A lot of action, another push here by J38. Stuke falling back here. Before turning up here, close to mortifying the Strafbat. Baton can soon go for another M40 Sherman, which I definitely think would be a smart idea, as again I do think the M40 Sherman is a very good tank, but a bit overlooked in game. Fresh Sturmgeschütz out there for me. Heavy Panzer Corps, the course for the Elephant, or Schwerer Panzerjäger. First saw major employment there during the Battle of Kursk. It was actually known as the Ferdinand there. That's a fun fact. It was initially known as the Ferdinand, then got its name changed to the Elephant after Kursk, after it received some modifications. Got an assault and hold here again with two members of the Lease squad plus the two part of the shock troopers there. We got the Katyusha barrage Lease pushed back one squad. Right, the troops down the centre. On the west side here, we got the MG42 versus the MG42 and the Grenadiers for the MG42s. Ace MG42 for Baton. Elephant actually going hold down around the centre. Got a half to keep for Baton to help deal with the reconnaissance. Stuke moving forward to bombard the 3rd Infantry with a main gun and machine gun. So Baton obviously really concerned about that area constant, wants to make sure he doesn't, like, you know, have his position given away there. Here we got an issue fire there for J38. Push forward to the Stormtrooper towards the Pioneers, backed up with the Panzerjägers. Could do with a bit more infantry myself. Assault guards on the move once more for the Red Army. Closing on emergency 3 here, machine gun bunker on the car point. Panther 52, the assault guards being positively dismembered here. Almost got them wiped on the west side of the Strafford moving forwards. Panther diving in there. Need a handful of mines though. Does dodge it. We're pushing forward to the Stuke here and the Panzerjägers. Moving down here to the issue found T-34. Not quite working out the way I wanted to though. Other Stuke moving forwards. Good shot there. Closing on the 2 in the Schutzen. Panther was knocked out here in the west. As Baton wants more deflected push to the Dezman, the Elephant there's got 1 kill, and that is an infantry killer there. Sherman looks like he's going to try and flank it. He definitely would benefit from more Sherman to take on the Elephant like that anyway. Sherman there 82, but also now close to death there from the Elephant's high velocity 88 in the shell. Sherman narrowly survives that. Hull down in front of the field gun is ambitious. Moving up north artillery fire then my positions. Fixing the Panther 4, and I'm basically fixing up my Stuke, going for another Panther 4 here.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Shocks the big snap with the Stuke. Grenade on the mortar and almost wipes it. Shocks we should be able to wipe it out. In fact, yeah, there we go. Stuke getting ready to against Station 5. Shocks we focus down. We got the heat chiller up for the Stuke. But there we go. Issue 5 there can't respond now. Allowing my Stuke to go in a bit more aggressively against it. Bit risky obviously here, but you know, no guts in the glory as they say. That said, I'm definitely diving into DP. Getting a bit caught up. Not a great move there by me overall. Kind of throws away the Stuke there. Particularly since I had no infantry to support it. So thumbs down to me on that one. That was a definite tactical error there by me again. Something pushed back in. The South Gun is rounded by the Shem. We got the guardsman here being held up by the MU-42 bunker actually. Another one there from Dezman. As for the origins of the Elephant, it's kind of an interesting one in that basically when the Tiger project, you know, the Hope Tiger tank put together, is like you had one mate that was, you know, version put together by Henschel, one put by, you know, Porsche. And like, you know, the thing is, with Ferdinand Porsche, he was just assuming so much he was going to get, like, you know, the whole contract. He began making them ahead of time, and it turns out, you know, yeah, we're actually going to go with the Henschel model because the Porsche Tiger is basically not something the German industry can actually, like, make reliably. Well, you know, he just stood there with a bunch of Tigers that's not really going to see much use of it, so he's basically allowed to make the Ferdinand tank destroyer using those Tiger chassis. So, little fun fact there. Rocket fire down the company marked up with the Stormtrooper. There's some heavy loss here to J38. In fact, he is pretty much seeing most of his forces being gutted. Anti-tank guns, infantry. Baton there is now rushing in to basically try and prevent a complete collapse here on the right flank here as I push forward my Stuke, my Panther 4, and of course my Stormtroopers. My veterans, of course, with a nice set of kills there as well. Grenade assault, we got the assault guys pushing in there. 17 kills, 18. 19. They really can pack a punch as well there. North here storms are up the shocks with the conscripts. Sweeping assaults here and there. Elephant remains holding up in the center here. We'll have to see what J38 goes for next. Maybe he's going to try and go for the KV-2 heavy tank. Elephant misses the Sherman. Really lucky there for Baton, but also really shouldn't have been repairing his tank that close to the front line, knowing there's an Elephant about. That does seem like a slightly questionable decision there to me. Another push for the fuel pond there again. Keeping the eye on the ball here, and of course ensuring the surge don't get too much fuel, and we always, you know, strive to have the fuel lead that way. Let's see what Dezman goes for next though. Elephant heavily damaged and seriously repairs there. Field gun on the way there for J38 to survive the Panzer Sturm there. The South machine being pushed back here by a good push there by Dezman with MG42 Grenadiers and MG42 team. Elephant receiving most needed repairs here. Panther 4 there spotting a exposed field crew. Almost takes out the entire crew there with ease. Excellent. As always, if you can, prioritize field guns and destroy them as soon as possible. You don't want the opponent, like, you know, turn them against you again. Troops on the flank here, force my Panther 4 please dive a bit further back here, line the Stutt then just finish it off. There we go. Another field gun destroyed and denied. Baton still with no additional tanks, and J38 at this point very much seems like he's KV2 bound, meaning he's going to be playing, in fact, in some regards, much more defensively, since otherwise he's not going to be able to like, set up the manpower he needs for the KV2. Stutt almost knocked out here with the double field guns as Baton is quick to like move up to support his teammate here, realizing again if they lose this, they're going to be in some very, very deep bliat. And I'm bringing up more Panzer Grenadiers. They need repairs, obviously. Still could upgrade my Pioneers for the 5th man, honestly. Elephant's almost fixed up the Dezman with a Panzer on the way for him. You could also like go for the command tank, honestly. I think that'd be pretty good there for Dezman as well. There you go, fresh Panzer Grenadier squad out there. Go. Panzer out there. Mines down. We got some more explosions. Aircraft shot out of the sky there. Rocks right in the south. You can see there. Dezman forces taking heavy damage to the mortar crew as well. Pack's also in trouble here. Wipe the ace mortar crew there. Great kill there for Baton. Though without more follow-up, it may not matter as much. And they got pushed through here with Stormtroopers, Assault Grenadiers. Veteran Grenadiers and Panzer Deming 40 all backed up by Assault and Hold. Getting suppressed there, we've got a smoke grenade down, the large thirst troops from 40 also got a Panther barrage off here, satchel charges, bomb grenade sieges, massive explosions, death, destruction, carnage. Deutschland. Panther pushing 40, explosions going off here, men dying in droves, Elephant near, 3 kills, close to 2 here. Veteran Grenadiers basically there, 32 kills for Das Vaterland. MG42 there, 3 kills. German forwards again there, near ace level hit for Baton, but still could do with more tanks. Meanwhile, J38 has to fuel for the KV2, but now the trick is the manpower. As you might have noticed again, his infantry is paying an absolutely insane price. He went for a second field gun. When Pro could have helped him, if he hadn't gone for that, Pro could have given up, I think, the field gun much faster than expected. Here. Panther 4 there, near ace level, great work there by Dezman. Elephant there, close to 32 in the south here. Grenadiers more pushing forward on the west here. Straight in though to Baton, 7042 there, Sherman flying as well there, near East on that Sherman. So close. And far up north here, another push here, spotting the Katyusha there.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Stutt Panther on the move there, could easily build some more armor myself. We'll get some more troops out, plenty of options there. We got a Panther 4 there for Dezman to replace his now lost Panther 4. Good kill by the Soviets. That's a great loss for Dezman. Actually dying in the Elephant into the field guns at point blank range is... Yeah, I don't know what Dezman's plan is. It could have been a misclick or some other weird bug, I guess, to send the Elephant forwards. Like, I have noticed there's a tendency for some units, like, just go ahead if the unit near them gets the orders. Well, I don't know why. It does end up getting this Sherman, but even then, you might have noticed, though, the Sherman costs notably less than the Elephant, so it's still not great there for Dezman. Though obviously at the same time for Baton, like he doesn't have any more tanks either himself, like he's being pressured a lot on the manpower, so losing the tank, even if he does win on trading with the Elephant, isn't particularly great for him either. Even up north then pushing 40s, Stormtroopers basically there ripping through the conscripts. Graf Grenade off as well here, and there we go, mortar bomb there, finish off the conscript there, and I'm just basically destroying field guns. So there's Strafbat being absolutely torn limb from limb here in a storm of rockets and death. Grab a Patrick here from the Panzer team that dropped it. And we're going to finish off that field gun. We got Katusha nearby. Pioneers may try and make a run for it here. Still going to need repairs done. Of course, still need a 5-man Pioneers. Wreck the field gun. Another one, of course, at this point, though. J38 has got, like, next to nothing left. And it's certainly, I think, up to Baton here to basically do most of the heavy lifting. He also, like, if he was playing the KV2, it's definitely also been scrapped for now because he just went for the HD5 here. And certainly under this kind of pressure, I really don't think she'll be staying up for a big tank. I think she'll just be pushing for a lot of armor. And I think he needs to, like, look for another axis of attack run just straight through here because it makes it easy for me to just point all of my guns in, like, one direction and just, shoot him to bits. Plus, the way he also operates makes it easy for me to flank him because, again, he doesn't, like, pay attention to his flanks either, so... That's like the second side of the tunnel mission. It's not just, he's just rushing into my guns. He's also leaving himself more exposed to my flanks attempts. So. Oh no, then we got 43 kills in these veteran grenadiers. I mean, I really have to stress that, like, veteran grenadiers can really rack up some kills. And they certainly fit me, like, a more aggressive player quite well. Which is why I really like them. Panzer pushing 40, Panzer Strike team as well there. Bad light on the front of the shock troopers there, blowing Yevgeny and Sergei apart. A lot of Katusha fire here from Baton and J38 in the south here, fighting continues here, Panther 4 there. There's the Sherman, and I think Dezman is actually setting up for a second elephant. More country there for J38. KV2 definitely at this point seems like nothing but a dream. Within a dream. Got the pins of the being hammered here with heavy light machine gun fire there. Rifling it off an MG-42. Stu going ahead here, loading up another heat shell because, again, he just pretty much packed the issues up the front line with no idea what's going on. They're allowing my Stu to come up, get the heat shell, and that way, pretty much might notice they allow my Stu and then Panther 4 several free shots. The Stu having nowhere, or he should have nowhere to respond. There we go. Easy kill. Field gun again, flank exposed here. Panther 4 should be cleared out here. Not much of a tank destroyer, was it? Well, it was. It just wasn't very good at it. But that was what I was trying to say. Be more clear about it. I hate you. Good hit from the field and the Panther pushing back 4 kills. So veterans 1 here. Assault guards rolling forwards here.
One of our AT guns has been neutralized.
Still going back to the 4 kills. So veteran 2. Shock troops on the move, mortar being pushed back. So there we got Dezman and Baton, the pretty deadly clash, and there we go. I think he called in the second elephant, yes indeed. Straight into all of these Panther Grenadiers and veteran Grenadiers. There you go, shock troops finally wiped here. The Controls think also the high risk wipe, we got 35 there, and we got 44. Grenade assaulting on the veteran Grenadiers. Panzer Warm swiped out there by a rocket strike. He kind of seems like he's just bombarding his own troops there. Chum rolling forward here. Needs support from the Panzers. Some Panzer Strike teams, but they're busy elsewhere. Storms with the pins from the centre being hampered with the Sherman though. We'll need to retreat those stormtroopers pretty soon, and there you go, another shot from the elephant that right through the Sherman's armour. Another Panther 4 for me. South here, front line more or less clear, it's coming forwards, and that's another Sherman under Baton's command. Left nothing but a smouldering hulk of steel and scrap metal. So yeah, at this point, it doesn't look great for the Soviets. It does not look great. There you go, another assault and hold here. Such a great ability, by the way. I feel like it's a very overlooked one then when people actually go for German Infantry. They really sleep on assault and hold, honestly, and I really think you shouldn't. Driving attack with the Stuke and the Panther 4. And supplies as well there. Half track in trouble. go, half track kaput. She's moving backwards, filling being flanked here with the Panther 4. I mean, got the Elephant driving straight up here into the Soviet base. I think at this point, Dezman is just taking about, and there you go. We got J38 leaving at that point. The match is over. So GG game over here. A fierce and rather nuts fight here on road to Kharkov. Lots of damage, lots of killing, lots of casualties all together there. See if we can't show my veteran gunners in comparison. There you go. They did a fair amount of damage there. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Consider donating on Patreon. Or again, if you're pre-ordering comments, feel free to do it by the link in the comments and use the code Duke3G. This is ImperialDane. Cheers. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow again for our last episode. Bye.